Well, here I am down in the lower level. It's time to call it a day. It is 9:38 at night here in southwest Michigan. It is November the 30th, 2024. It is a Saturday night. Tomorrow will be December the 1st, 2024. And we'll be in a new month. Tomorrow is a Sunday. And yeah, I'm down the lower level, getting ready to go to bed. And when I come down here to get ready for bed, I have my laptop here. And sometimes I look at YouTube videos and I bring down books to read. But then sometimes I follow football games, scores. I don't usually watch. Tonight, before we came down here, we're watching the Texas and the Aggies play, and sometimes I want to know what the score is, and so I go to Yahoo Sports and I see what the score is. Yeah. But one thing it does sometimes, when I go to Yahoo, sometimes they connect me to like Yahoo France, Yahoo Germany. But right now, it seems to be, no. Oh, where are we at here? See, it's doing that. Sometimes it won't let me in. So what does it say here? LSU is winning 31-17 against Oklahoma. And I don't see the games I was watching are not here. I don't see them. I don't know why. That's how it is. You never really know. It's like you come down here and you want to see the score and there's nothing. Oh, here it is. It's 17-0. Texas is winning 17 against the Aggies. Okay, and they're in the half right now. So I come down here and I mess with the laptop. But usually I write my composition book. I write my paper diary where I just put it away for the month of November 2024. And upstairs in my study I have December 2024. And I'll be on page 1000 tomorrow morning on the 1st of December 2024. And here, last night I wrote on November the 29th. And tonight I'll write on November the 30th. Usually I just write little paragraphs. Nothing much. I got these composition books because they were on sale and I bought a bunch of them, and my goal was just to fill them up. I think I have 4 more, and then I wasn't going to continue writing at night when I come down here. But then I thought, hey, it's kind of harmless. It's just something I do. I like writing my last thoughts. Sometimes I don't write every single night because maybe I'm too tired, or I really don't have anything to say new. I mean, I've written everything there is to write, but it's like it's harmless. You can just sit down here, you get a pen, and you just write down. See, I always keep a photo of a bird, and then today is November the 30th. So then I write November the 30th, 2024. And then I just write down what books I have next to me and what I plan to be reading before I go to bed. Usually I go to bed around 11, maybe last night I went to bed at 11:30, and I got out to read tonight Thomas Merton, The Ascent of Truth. And this is basically looking at the mystical theology of St. John of the Cross. And one of my people I read in LiveJournal was reading Thomas Merton, New Seeds on Contemplation or something. And so that's why I got the Thomas Merton. Now, I already read this. It's all underlined. I bought it, I don't know how many years ago. This was published in 1979, this copy, but it was copyrighted in 1951. Yeah, Thomas Merton, The Ascent of Truth. In one of the most profound works, Thomas Merton defines the nature of Christian mysticism, particularly as expressed by the 16th century Spanish Carmelite St. John of the Cross, and offers the contemplative experience as an answer to the irreligion and barbarism of our times. But I told you I've been reading the Carthusian spirituality, the writings of Hugh of Balma and Guigo de Ponte, and I've been reading the last 2 days his treatise in here, The Roads to Zion, Mourn. And as I mentioned, I bought this book when we were in Houston, Texas, and I was doing my ministerial internship. I would go to a Catholic bookstore in downtown Houston called St. Mary's Bookstore. And one time I would just go there. I liked bookstores. And there were not really any Christian bookstores in Houston. They had one that was a Baptist, and they had a couple of Catholic bookstores. And I started going there because, as I mentioned, when I was in seminary, I got into the contemplative life and got into Christian spirituality and Catholic mystics and things like that. And so I thought, well, you would find these writings at a Catholic bookstore. Well, this bookstore really didn't have much of anything. I did buy some books over the years we were in Houston at this Catholic bookstore, but they did sell the classics of Western spirituality, and I bought several there over the years. We were in Houston for about 5 years. And also when we were in Houston doing my internship, I used to visit a Catholic seminary to get books. There was no Protestant seminaries in driving distance where we lived in Houston, but there was a Catholic seminary. And I would go there and read on the contemplative life. And they also had commentaries and biblical studies, and they get me. I got a library card, and they were really very friendly people. But I bought Carthusian spirituality there, the writings of Hugh of Balma, and that was almost 38 years ago that I started reading this. I have 2 copies. I have a paperback copy, and I have a hardback of the Carthusian spirituality. But I've been reading this. I've been watching football all day on mute and reading this and meditating and praying. And I've read this so many times, and I just enjoy reading about the mystical life, I suppose. So that's what I do when I'm down here. I write my composition book. I mess with the laptop. I read. Sometimes I read something like this, Sketches of the Criminal World, Further Kamenov Stories by Valimar Shabanov. I haven't started this one. I've been reading the Kamenov stories, one upstairs on my to-be-read pile by my reading chair up in the living room upstairs. I was reading these 2 books, but they got too intense for me, so I kind of let them Snow Crash by Neal Stephenson. I'm kind of just trying to digest it, and it's kind of really intense. Also, I've been reading Neal Stephenson, his new one, Polostan. I might read this next week. Maybe I can get back into it. These are very intense. I don't know what the exact time of the day to read these. Not at night, not this time of night. Maybe early evening you can read something like this. I don't know. I was reading last month the Unknowable and Early Modern Thought, Natural Philosophy, and the Poetics of the Ineffable by Killeen. I read things like that, and I also have been reading these two books at night, Little Snow Landscapes, stories by Robert Walser, and I still read here down here in the lower level, The Assistant, a novel by Robert Walser, translated by Susan Bernofsky. So there's all kinds of things to do down here before I go to bed. Read, write, mess with the computer. And so it's the end of the month. It's going on 9:48. Hope you have a good December. I might make a video next week about what I'm going to be reading throughout the month of December. I'm not really sure. I just thought I'd turn this little camera on and just chat. Hope you had a good weekend. Have a good Sunday. Hope you have a good new month. Thank you for the comments, the new subscribers, and pray you're all doing well. Until next time, bye.